briefly, before we go into the video, would y'all like to kind of introduce yourselves a little bit more to the world now that we're on YouTube kind of doing this, and or will be, about what happened and what transpired, and just any intros before moving into the video?
Okay, Matthew first.
Uh, well, Sydney was just gonna go over to Quentin's house to pick up a cake and be, what, who am I?
You're Matthew,
And Matthew,
foundational member. Why though?
from December. And I got Quentin started in all this, and he just happened to get his pullover first. So I've been helping him through it all, and then Kate got pullover. I've just been helping everyone out. And then Sydney came here. She moved here in December. And so we've been together since then.
And how has that experience been?
It's great.
Great.
It's great, yeah.
Yeah.
All the pullovers are super fun. You know, it bonds us closer. All that.
Straight up. Okay, so this situation, when did it happen?
So this
Wednesday.
recent experience happened on May 21st,
Yeah, Wednesday.
on Wednesday, and I was just traveling in my own personal conveyance to go to Quentin's house for my cake storage container, and probably less than a minute before after I left the house, I got pulled over by a corporal, number 51. I forget his name, something with a K, and it was long, and he was very upset. I pulled into a school district parking lot kind of thing. What was it, like the Andover Schools?
Services.
Some type of
place.
service place. And it's funny because on March 12th, I just got pulled over the same spot, but I pulled into the high school parking lot, so Andover High School parking lot. So it was right across the street from where I got pulled over before.
And on March 12th.
On March 12th, so now it's May 21st. So it's always the 3, right? And then I called Matthew again because that's what I did in March. And I was like, Matthew, I got pulled over in the same spot, but across the street. And the guy came up to my window and he was immediately upset. I could tell by the demeanor. And he knocked on my window and he was like, hey, I'm sure that you already know this.
Now wait. Now this is your second pullover
My second pullover.
in less than 60 days.
Yeah, yep. Oh, geez. So I'm still working through the day before. I actually went to a motions hearing for my other case. So I was just fresh out of court, and the next
Now there's
day,
a difference
I got pulled
between
over.
these two, though. The difference is on the first one, you were cited, as you should have been, and let go
Yeah.
free on your way. Because why?
They told me that, well, I'm pretty sure I read that it was not an arrestable offense. And I don't know if I can't recall if I told them that it wasn't an arrestable offense last time. And so they didn't, I think Matthew did on we had our one pager with us and he started reading off all these case laws and they were like, whoa, who are these people? And so they ended up just giving me a citation, though they did threaten to break my window the last time in March, but they didn't end up doing that. They gave me a citation. I went on my way. And they didn't even tow my car or anything. They just let me go. And
Right.
it was for the same exact reason that I got pulled over this time on Wednesday.
So
And
no moving violation, no pose safety risks to any members of the public.
nope, there was no verified complaint and there was no crime happening at all. It was just me getting a cake container.
So they were investigating a cake container?
I didn't even have it on me, so I don't know what investigating.
It must have
I
been
asked
missing.
several times who was hurt, who's the injured party, and they kept telling me society was.
Wow.
Society.
They're
So,
gonna
and
explain
I
that.
called Matthew and he has a great response time because within 3 minutes he was able to come to my rescue. Matthew, I got.
Okay, so we're gonna start it up. Are y'all ready
Okay.
to start it up? Maybe you can do some narrating here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You could put
You
the
know what?
caption
You know
on.
what? How about I let y'all share and do the narrating? Would that be okay?
Okay.
And you can pause and make comments where you want.
Okay.
Okay. Let's
You-
see. Multiple participants. No, we do advanced. Uh,
You can.
Now, when you share, there's going to be two little boxes that you got to click where it says share sound
Oh, okay.
over on the side, so that it'll share the side. When you click share, you'll see it'll say options and it'll say share sound and optimize for video sharing. Just make sure those are clicked, okay?
Oh, sure. Okay. Share screen. Okay.
Is it working? Oh, I'm not sure it's not.
Okay. Share sound.
Okay.
Okay. And then no, and then say share. Wait.
Oh,
Sorry. And then
Yep.
can you throw it over here so we can see it too?
Good job.
well, I just did this whole screen, so.
Perfect. Nice. Good stuff.
Where-
I'm gonna mute.
Oh my gosh.
Hurry, I'm at the right where I turned again, right where I turned. I'm at Andover Public Schools Support Services.
I was eating dinner and I just jumped
Hey,
up,
reason why I'm
grabbed my
stopping you,
motorcycle,
probably know.
and ran.
Your tag is not a registered tag. Is there a reason for that?
Oh, I'm just traveling.
Is there a reason for that?
Oh, So this is when he's gonna come up to my window, and it's funny because he says, "As you already know," so that's pretty discriminatory.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, the reason why I'm stopping you, probably know. Your tag is not a registered tag. Is there a reason for that?
Oh, I'm just traveling. I'm not acting in commerce right now.
Okay.
Could I get your? Is there an emergency? I saw your emergency lights on. I'm here to help.
I'm sorry.
I'm here to help. I see your emergency lights are on.
Okay. The reason why I'm stopping.
Is there an
I'm
emergency?
conducting a traffic stop.
Oh, but I'm not in traffic.
Yes, you are.
Do you know what the term traffic means?
Are you a sovereign citizen? Is that what this is?
Did you say sovereign citizen? And so that's when he said the sovereign citizen. And yeah, so I asked him again, if you heard, I asked him what traffic meant. I was starting to ask the terms because it seemed like he didn't know. Obviously, he was using them incorrectly. So
Straight up.
citizen, what does that mean?
Tell me.
That sounds like a derogatory thing. And then he asks me to tell him what that meant. Why would you call somebody a name if you don't even know what that means?
Straight up.
All right.
Assuming that's what you identify as. because you're-
I do-
you got the tag
I do
and
not.
everything.
What is a sovereign citizen?
Do you have a driver's license?
I'm not driving. I'm traveling. So I don't need to. This is a secondary offense that you're.
Not first time I've done this.
This is a second. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but he said it's not the first time that I've dealt with you guys.
Yeah.
So he's continuing on this sovereign citizen stuff.
Okay, so a blatant retaliation and attack, it seems like at this point then.
It was very,
Mhm.
very hostile. I feel scared already the whole time. Secondary offense that you. What is your name and your badge number?
51.
What is it?
Local barricade 51.
Okay, Corporal
Barricade.
Barrican, and then 51.
Yep.
Okay. Are
You have a
you
driver's license.
Matthew? Are you headed here? And notice he's still not asked my name or anything to identify me. He's just asking
True.
for my driver's license, which I think that is illegal for me to give it to him because I wasn't driving. I'm just traveling in my own personal conveyance. I'm trying to follow all the laws.
Correct.
Driver's license.
I don't need to provide you anything because I'm not. You're doing a secondary offense. Well,
No, man, this is a lawful traffic stop.
this is not lawful.
It is lawful. You're in the state of Kansas. You have to operate with a registered vehicle.
Okay. Do you know what traffic means? What's the term traffic? What's the word traffic mean? Matthew, are you
You
coming?
don't have to make this difficult. Okay?
I don't have to make this difficult. I'm not making anything difficult.
Things that
No, I'm not.
go one or two ways, and you know how it's gonna go.
One or two.
And yeah, he's like, it's gonna go one or two ways, and you know how it's gonna
Yeah.
go.
What is that supposed to mean?
That
I
and the
never-
aspect he still hasn't asked for your ID. I mean he still hasn't asked your name. He hasn't even given
Exactly.
you an opportunity.
Right. He is only demanding my insurance and my driver's license. Not my name. He's not being friendly at all. Two
Now
ways.
at this point-
Okay.
I'm cooperating.
I'm asking you for your documents. I need your driver's license and your insurance.
I don't need to provide any of that to you. I'm not acting in commerce. I'm not an Uber or Lyft. No, I don't. Why are you? At this point, yeah, he's trying to open my door now. Opening the door. Am I under arrest or am I free to go? Am I under arrest? Corporal 51, am I under arrest? You're not answering my questions.
Oh,
And I think I asked him 3 times if I'm under arrest or free to go, and he just stops asking or answering questions.
I know that right there is
I
very
feel
major
nervous and
because, like that all of these points, actually the point of him trying to open up the door, from that point it's all suppressed, I would think. Because again, that's an illegal action of trying to intrude into the car without having a reasonable articulable suspicion of any danger or probable cause of a crime, while they've
Exactly.
already made threats of violence, such as this is going to go one of two ways.
And you already know, yeah, that's the
It's like, what are you insinuating? What do you mean it's going to go one of two ways? I'm confused. What are you trying to say? You're going to hurt me for what? What have I done? Yeah, it's bad.
Yep.
It's pretty bad.
Scared, so I'm trying to make sure that this is open. No, I don't need to do that.
Why are you up here?
Oh, and then this is already with Matthew.
Now I'm
came.
Yeah, I'm already showing up.
2 minutes and 48 seconds. Isn't that great response time?
Just to record this. Guys, you can go over there away from my stop. So.
He doesn't need to, his name's Corporal, I don't know what his name is, Barkin. He seems very upset. He already said sovereign citizen.
Oh no.
Yeah, he said,
no.
you identify as a sovereign citizen? And I asked him to explain what that means. I have my book and I just grabbed my thing. I mean, as in my book, as in my whole travel binder, and I was gonna start going through the Eddie Craig script, but it kind of got hostile after this. You still have my other citation.
Okay. I'm starting.
I don't even have a tampon. Oh, I was also on my period.
I'm gonna start a recording.
Yeah, do it.
But we have to be off the phone.
Yeah, he was on his motorcycle, so he had a helmet on, so he couldn't, and he needed to, we couldn't be on the phone together, so it kind of was unfortunate, but he did end up videoing kind of right. Oh, okay, yeah.
So the video's been turned on.
That's my car and his motorcycle.
Actually,
Hey, I saw the text.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting pulled over. Now I'm calling Quentin, the guy that had my cake container, so this is Quentin that's in the group too. By this corporal. He's calling me a sovereign citizen.
Okay, are you recording?
Yeah, Matthew's here and he's getting yelled at by the corporal.
In Andover?
Take off your helmet so we can hear you. Yeah, in Andover. It's literally right where I got stopped before. It's right beside the high school, right on the other side.
Don't worry about me. Do your thing.
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
Thank you.
All right, sounds good.
And y'all are on private property.
Cam?
look how
I don't have his number. For some reason, I said I didn't have Cam's number. It was just in the heat of the moment. I forgot all things. I was like, wait, I do have his number.
Look at this guy.
Oh, I do have his number.
Look how angry.
I just don't have Matthew's body information.
That shirt's very tight.
He wants to look stronger. I'm calling him. I'm calling Cam. I'm calling Cam.
Step away from the car. I'm not going to tell you again.
He's not. He's just he's.
Hop out and talk to me.
No. Why do I?
Window if you don't get out.
You're gonna.
Already, I said, hop out, I'll break the window if you don't get out.
Is that a threat?
I'm going to break the
Is that a threat?
window out of the car.
Is that a threat? You're not answering any of my questions.
I don't have to answer your question.
I don't
Why
have to
don't they
answer your
make shirts
questions.
his size?
He says I don't have to answer your questions.
Yeah, and I'm confused by that. Like, isn't he? But yeah, I'm not getting pulled over for any reason. This is unlawful.
Hey, it's your boy Cam.
Sorry, y'all. I was in a meeting.
He's okay.
But right now that he's calling his other buddies over.
Yeah, when I'm in the meetings, the notifications are just
Oh,
on.
and-
Okay. He
He-
banged the door handle
again,
4 times
Yeah,
to try to get him.
he's opening my door handle, and he's not.
Look at him, so desperate. So desperate. For what? For what?
Yeah, what am I doing wrong? What am I supposed to do? He's gonna break my window. Why are you threatening me?
Okay. This last chance.
He pulled me over for an unlawful stop. I'm just
It's not a lawful
traveling.
Stop. Get out of the vehicle.
Why isn't it? Can you explain that to me?
In the state of Kansas, you have to have the vehicle registered. You have to have a valid driver's license, and you have to.
Where's the proof of that? Tell me give me the evidence. What's your badge number and your name, please?
Sergeant Tharp, and I'm sheriff number 30. So
And
if
what's
you
the
get out, the window's
emergency?
gonna get
What's the
busted out.
emergency? Because I see emergency lights on.
You can
I'm
either
here to
get out,
help.
Or the window's going to be busted out, and you're going to be
So
dragged.
is that a threat?
This
You're gonna harm me.
It's not a threat. It's a promise.
It's a promise,
It's a
but isn't that threatening me and my
Either
safety?
Get out of the vehicle, or we're going to get you out
I'm
of the
not
vehicle.
doing anything
You're
wrong.
under arrest at this point.
I'm under arrest.
You're under arrest at this point.
Okay, you haven't even asked my name. You haven't
You're under
asked
arrest
anything.
At this point.
Now
For
I'm
what?
under arrest too.
For refusing to provide a driver's license, illegal registration. Have you shown proof of insurance yet?
Pause it! Pause it! This nigga, did this nigga just say illegal registration, y'all?
Yes.
He did. And we're like, what?
Can we look this up? Can we look this? Can we do a little research piece with you, Matthew? Look
Yeah,
it up
yeah.
on the screen real quick. What does illegal registration mean in the state of Kansas? Let's see what we got. We need an illegal arrest.
The other thing I'd point out is you don't live in the state of anything.
Thank you. You're
Yeah.
not a resident. You're not required to do anything.
I
When they
don't
say,
even have a valid driver's license in Kansas anyways. So,
what's this say? This is an illegal registration.
Displaying or possessing fictitious or altered documents. It's unlawful to display or possess any registration receipt, certificate of title, license plate, or decal that is known to be fictitious, canceled, revoked, suspended, or altered. Violating-
Okay. None of those
So
apply.
it's faking.
Yeah,
It's trying to
we're not-
fake registration.
fake
Yep.
anything
Thank you.
I don't want.
Counterfeiting. Counterfeiting. Counterfeit.
Yeah,
Counterfeit,
exactly.
that's it.
Yep.
All that we're not doing. We're not doing any
Not
of that.
doing.
He said it's not a threat, it's a promise. Ooh.
I-
He did too.
Yeah, that's another huge one.
It's a promise. This is okay.
And this
I'm
is
not
a
doing anything
sergeant. This
wrong.
is a sergeant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a corporal or I also didn't, I was confused by that, but
At this point.
I'm under arrest.
You're under arrest at this point.
Okay, you haven't even asked my name. You haven't asked
This dude
anything.
arrested me
For
so
what?
fast.
For refusing to provide a
held up
driver's
my phone,
license,
I'm like,
illegal
I got this
registration.
recorded.
Have you shown proof of insurance yet? At
He's
this point, it's
Okay, wait. Pause. Okay, you gotta talk about what's going on here. What just happened?
go ahead.
Well, so with me, he said, so I see there's no tag here. Are you registered? Do you have a license? And I just said no. And then he said, okay, in the state of Kansas, you have to have that. And I said, well, state of Kansas is a corporation. He's like, no. And then he just grabbed my hands and turned me around, and it was just that fast.
And so also Matthew,
And then
You're
also,
getting arrested now for what?
yeah, right? What are you
yeah,
arrested for?
motorcycle was off, keys were out.
He wasn't,
I had the keys in my pocket.
so he was just
So
arrested.
you
because-
literally got arrested and put in handcuffs for what? Sitting on a motorcycle?
Yep.
I don't even think he was sitting on it.
He
just
said
standing
he
beside
said
it.
the other guy saw me pull in without a tag.
So it's hearsay, we talked about.
It's
And-
interesting.
And then also something that I don't know what we could do about this one, but he leaned me over the motorcycle in such a way that I had to pull on him to keep myself standing up. Otherwise, I'd fall over. And if I fell over, it would tip over the whole motorcycle and, ruin it.
His kickstand was on his side, so it would have just,
So I didn't want to fall into it and make it fall over.
You know how they have intentional infliction on emotional distress? You could do like an intentional aspect in relation to the assault and or battery.
Also, this cop was being very aggressive with Matthew. He's like, don't flex on me. Stop flexing. He was like literally falling over trying to like balance himself with this man. He's like being aggressive.
That's standard practice for their record and stuff.
And in
so that
Matthew,
when they
he was
harm
so
you, they have an
gentle. Like, he
excuse.
looked like a little limp noodle, and this guy's like, in his voice, it just sounded like he was trying to.
Yeah, he
It-
really made it sound like
Oh,
putting on
Like
big
he's
shows.
scared that you're a threat and stuff. He's scared for his life. That's what
Yeah.
they're.
Yeah,
yeah, because Matthew's big and
I was a limp noodle for this dude.
It's
He was
really
acting
it's
like
really
that.
gross, and it
I would be
makes
scared.
it makes
I would
you
be-
feel like such shit when they do it and stuff because you know that you're like going above and beyond, like just making sure you're not any kind of threat, and they're like, stop doing that, and like getting scared in their voice and everything, and you're like, this is sick, and it makes you feel so messed up.
I would be scared for them too if they're about to assault my wife.
Yeah.
And I mean the thing too is that like we got to remember these are natural reactions that we're having.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
can't do anything.
It's
but flinch.
unnatural for us to react in the way that we do. Like we're suppressing every normal react. Like that's
Yeah.
it's crazy. And then yeah. Ugh.
Well, yeah, just that, just people saying that you're not supposed to be able to react naturally as we always do. Just like if someone grabs you like that, of course you're gonna flex. It's like if something's flying at my head, of course I'm gonna dodge it. It's like it's natural. I'm not just gonna sit there and let the rock hit me in the face. Oh yes, please rock hit me. Bow. Like it's natural.
Yeah. Sneak
So
up from behind me and grab my arm like in an aggressive manner or something. 'Cause I just got arrested the other night for a warrant again. And I was just like, whoa, hey, oh, okay, you have a warrant. Like, I'd like to see the warrant. And they're like, then all like 4 cops like jump me. And it was just, it's just so crazy.
Mhm.
I can't believe they get, yeah.
we'll have to get into that.
Yeah, it's all right.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead, y'all.
For today.
So I'm interfering. Oh yeah, guys, prepare. My glass is about to shatter all over me. I'm still going to
Get out
court
of
for
the
the
vehicle
same
now.
thing. I don't understand why this is
Get out of the
again
vehicle
happening.
now.
I still have my citation
Get
from
out
last
of the
time.
vehicle.
I'm
I
still
don't
going.
care about citation from last time. Get out of the vehicle.
It
You're
just-
under arrest. Plus the fucking window. I don't give a shit.
Oh my God, he just said bust the fucking windows.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
And he said, I don't give a shit.
Yep.
Yep. And immediately, not even a second later, they start beating the window 9 times.
9
Oh
strikes.
my God, bro. 9 times? Why 9?
Because we knew that it was.
Guy's weak.
Yeah,
It took
he's
him
very-
9 times to bust the window?
Yeah, he's stronger, dude. For that tight shirt, he should have muscles under there. I didn't do anything wrong.
Vehicle, you're under arrest. Hands behind your back.
You're hurting me. I have glass in my shoes. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I yelled from over wherever I was. I was like, Sydney, are you okay? And somehow our videos lined up so perfectly to where like the moment my video ended, hers started.
I had a small amount of video that I wanted to show, but I saw the glass coming in through my window
Oh,
right
yeah.
when I turned it on. It was right after he beat through the window finally.
And Sydney, oh my gosh, she had her phone around her neck.
I threw my phone on I had a lanyard on, it broke now, but I threw it on my neck because I was like, I need this because I was supposed to be calling my son at 7 on a Zoom call and I was focused on all of that as well as getting arrested at the moment. So I had to make sure I was going to text my son's father with handcuffs on. Like I had to plan all of that and I was able to do it. And
Nice. But having to do this too much.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Unlock the car, Bear, okay? Get in the vehicle.
I just have glass in my shoes, so I'm trying to shake them out. It's
You
okay.
want me to take them off? That
It's
way you
okay.
get the glass out?
That's all right. I think I got it.
Now they want to be nice?
And I'm
Yeah,
on my
that's how
period
they
and I
always
don't
work.
have
Once
a
they have
tampon
you,
in,
you
so it
go
might
upstairs.
bleed on your stuff.
He'll clean it.
Still have bruises on my wrist.
Was you doing that with your mouth?
I had it on my lanyard, and so I had like pull my handcuff there, and I was like trying to.
You're pulling on the string.
Yeah, I was trying to pull on the string so it could get longer. And it took a while, so this is what's gonna happen for a couple minutes. But yeah.
It's so impressive.
And I also went on Discord and I like I got onto the general chat and I was like on the voice call and then I also like messaged in Discord. You'll hear it there, but
If I may,
Yeah.
that word wrong is deep. Look it up in Black's Law Dictionary. It's deep.
okay.
It's not just general.
I will right now.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Report to sheriff from today.
That worked.
That's my motorcycle. Never been registered.
A violation of the legal rights of another, an invasion of rights to the damage of the parties who suffer it, especially a tort. It usually signifies injury to person, property, or relative contractual rights of another than wrongdoer, with or without force, but in more extended sense.
That is nice that they said it ain't registered too on camera like that though.
Wrong is a very good word. I said it a lot.
When did they Mirandize you?
I don't know if they did. Did they Mirandize you?
I never heard
No,
that.
the whole time, even in email, they did.
The only thing though is things in a conversational manner can be submitted. Things that are in an investigatory manner cannot be without Miranda. So
Right. I don't know if they investigated me exactly. I mean,
well, questions that are not conversational that you don't want to necessarily have, but you have to because that they're pressing you so hard, you know.
I
Many
finally
things
got
that
it
can.
off my neck a little bit more, so then there's. I called Quentin again, I think.
This
Did
is
they
kind of the
even
place where you
request
learn to
you
keep
to
your
open
mouth
your
shut.
door?
What's that?
Did they ever request you to open your door?
No.
No.
They said
Yeah, I
maybe
think he
step
said,
out.
go ahead and hop out. Hop out.
Yeah, hop out.
But hop out of what?
Yeah, but again, it's unreasonable.
No, they did. They said they instructed her because that's something that
Get out of
stands
the
out to me
car.
when this stuff happens because I was getting bit by a dog and I still had to they wouldn't unlock the door and everything. Like I still had to unlock the door for them, like private property and all that shit, like they're not warranted. And they did in the video. I heard them say,
Get out of
unlock
the
your
car.
window for me.
Oh, I
No, they
think
said
he said,
unlock
get out of the
or
vehicle.
unlock your door for me. I'm saying sorry. I heard
Oh.
them. I thought I heard them say unlock
Okay,
your door for me.
I think you're probably
Yeah.
right. Okay, so now Corporal 51, I think, was at the door and he just opened it and I said, I don't understand why I'm being arrested. And you just don't talk to me or even answer my questions. I didn't do anything. I've never even been arrested in my life. You guys are the evil people. We're just trying to help you. You should be helping us, protecting and serving, remember?
Ooh, got him. That hurts.
And he just slams the door on her.
Yep, just slams the door. Damn, I've done a wrong to a person I shouldn't have. Damn. That's that moral tug.
I
You know
always
what I'm
make
saying?
sure to look straight into their soul and their eyes and say
Yeah.
all that stuff
Yep,
so they can feel it.
for
even if they
real.
don't want
That's for real though. It's ridiculous, bro.
That's a Discord.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the Discord turn on.
Oh.
So these mics we have here, she had the one
Oh
on
yeah,
her.
I was mic'd up, so I had my mic on this whole time. That's what that is.
I'm in the back of a cop car right now.
This is this one.
They're arresting me, and I think they're going to be arresting Matthew. They told me I'm a sovereign citizen. That's what they asked me if I was, and they're not listening to anything. There are at least 3 cops here.
That was I had a little audio clip that I clipped into Discord on Right to Travel, I think.
Are you gonna give me your name?
Here's the first time, I guess, huh?
Joe, until they identify you either way, so
I
it
don't
make a difference
I
to
don't
me.
you're not answering my questions.
I don't have to answer your questions. You answer my
I
questions.
thought you protect and serve us. You serve us.
Now you're breaking the law.
How am I breaking the law?
You're interfering in my investigation.
What what?
I'm asking you to identify yourself. That's it. That's how this all started. This could have went
No,
way
you didn't.
easier.
No,
Yes, it
you
was.
called me a sovereign citizen. That's what you did.
But what are you?
What? I'm a human being. What are you? I'm not a sovereign citizen like you tell me I am.
Okay.
That's not
You have
okay
any
to
injury-
say.
you have any injuries?
Yeah, my back hurts so bad and it has glass in it.
Okay.
You broke my window for no reason. You're threatening me and you're arresting me for no reason at all. For just being human. Can't I just travel on the roads? Can't I travel on the roads for free? That's how we are supposed to be alive. No. That's all he
I
kept
think
saying.
it was like 5 or 6.
Lawsuit. The biggest.
Not a right.
No. Drive.
Oh, there it is! There it is! We got one, coach! We got the phrase! Now we know.
Say,
This is what they
what
teach
did he
them to
say?
say.
What did he say?
Go back 10 seconds.
Yeah. I got it.
Driving is a privilege and not a right.
No.
Stop it, pause it!
Wait.
There it is. Driving is a privilege and not a right. I can't
Exactly.
wait to litigate this in my Hood River, because what we already established on the record is them saying that and then backtracking and saying, no, you're right. I see you have Black Law's Dictionary. I can't call you a sovereign citizen. I can call this other person a sovereign citizen. Oh, the car's not registered. That's right. It's not my car, right? Okay, well, you're right then. Have a good day. Like, that's how this is supposed to work. But they don't get it for some reason. So what we're starting to see is that through bulletins, emails, some kind of systematic training even, that they are given false information that they tend and end up believing, which is a falsification of the true facts of their own municipal codes, when the definitions like street, public road, county road, highway, or even byway comes up as open, quote, verbatim, open as a matter of right for public vehicular travel, unquote. So when we're looking and knowing these things within, we know that they're right off the bat violating their own code and then trying to persuade us that we're wrong by studying and holding them accountable to their own codes. We're given notice to know the laws in which we conduct ourselves or move in this free realm of being. Why is it then that we are then policed and treated as though we are slave? I've shown y'all the badge and how it started. That badge started off for getting those runaway slaves, right? Those slave bounty hunters. It's the same.
And where do they
simple
get
thing.
off teaching these public servants to break windows out? I mean, that's what we need to be going after the state for training these cops to do shit like this.
Yeah.
Because that's very dangerous. Glass flying everywhere.
It was
'cause
so sudden. I had and it was so loud at my face when he was beating it, and so all those 9 times that he was busting it, I kept getting like shell shock, and I was confused, and I couldn't see, and it was like just that piercing sound of like the ringing in my ears, and so like I finally like came to and like clicked on my video, and that's when I was like already getting taken out of the car and stuff. But it was hurt. It hurt me. I screamed when when they bust the window, because like all that glass just shattered right on my back, and it just like stuck in my back and all over. I had it in between my fingers and my toes and just all over me. They didn't care. They're like, well, we gave you chances to hurt me. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is when I was saying, no, I wanted him to listen. He was trying to shut the door. Okay.
It is a privilege and not a right. If you want free
I'm not
travel, then you can
driving.
walk.
I'm not driving.
Okay.
Hey, wait. God
Well, that's what it is. But he said it twice.
damn it. I wasn't driving. I'm traveling. Traveling is a right.
Got out of Discord to put that sound effect.
So,
How much longer should we do? Oh, it's now calling Quentin?
oh yeah, now I'm calling Quentin in the back of the car.
Hey, they broke the window and they arrested me and Matthew too. So I'm just in the back of the cop car, and they they busted the window and it shattered all over me. So that's what's happening right now. And also I'm not going to be able to talk to my son, and I'm trying to text Ken right now to tell him that.
Look, pause it. That's big time irreparable harm.
Because I wasn't able to talk to him already, and it's been like it was a whole week, because the last time that I was able to talk to my son, I had to reschedule because of freaking court for my other one. Because on Monday I was supposed to call him and I couldn't because I had court. Or I think it was a Monday. Yeah.
That's big time irreparable harm right there.
And then on Thursday I freaking got arrested, so then I had to skip Zoom again. And I was so upset. I was Quentin's talking. That's Quentin on the phone with me, and he's asking me how I have my phone.
I had it around my neck. I put it around my neck on my lanyard.
Okay, put it on record. Don't worry about me. Call us when you.
I have my recorder on though too. I have my everything's on me.
Was it Butler County or was it Andover?
I don't know. They didn't tell me. I think
Okay.
Andover.
What's the car look like?
He's a corporal. His number is 51. I think it's I don't know. There's 3 cops, sheriffs, or there's a corporal, and then Matthew is on his motorcycle, and I think that's about to get impounded. My car's gonna get impounded. Probably.
Ask them if I can come.
For what crime?
Can come pick it up.
Okay, but they won't listen to me. They just keep shutting the door in my face and telling me that I'm a sovereign citizen.
Okay.
But I'll try if they come back. It says Andover Public Schools USD 385 support services.
Yep, I know where you're at. Okay.
Quentin just knows everything.
Okay, I'm gonna text Ken because I have to get off. Or I don't even know if I can get off of here. I tried to get my phone.
Just leave it on. Just leave it on.
I'm just.
Just leave it on.
Okay. Oh, they're coming back.
Yeah, just leave it on. I want to hear. Don't pretend you don't.
Well, I'm on the speaker with you, but I'll Dang it! He just left, and I was gonna ask him if you could come, but he's so mean. Am I allowed to get somebody to pick up my car? Because I'm assuming you're just gonna. Well, can I have somebody pick it up?
Nope.
Why not?
That vehicle cannot be operated on.
It's not a vehicle. It's my automobile. It's my private conveyance.
Ma'am, you have the right to remain silent, so I suggest you use that, okay?
This is what he said.
That's what that's what he considers her Miranda rights.
That's not Miranda. He didn't
He
speak
said.
Miranda.
Yeah.
That's a statement. That is not a reading of
So it's
Miranda. That is a
just-
statement.
Yeah.
Where am I going? You haven't even told me.
Going to the jail.
I'm going to what jail? What jail am I going to? You can't answer that question? He doesn't answer any of my questions. I don't even know where I'm going. How do I know if you're not kidnapping me? Because you are. You are kidnapping me. I didn't do anything wrong.
Go and put her down as Jane Doe for now.
Can you please tell me where I'm going?
Third time asking.
Sir,
You're going to Butler County
But-
Detention Center.
Butler County Detention Center.
Yep.
And why am I going there?
For interference.
For interference for what? What did I interfere with?
For driving a vehicle with no registration.
I'm
no
not-
Insurance.
I'm not
That's interference because I'm driving a vehicle with no registration or insurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
driving. I have a
Whatever
right.
you want to call it.
Well, I have a right to go on public roadways when I'm not acting in commerce. I'm not an Uber driver or Lyft. That's why you guys administer licenses to people. Because it otherwise a crime if you don't.
Dude,
That's
you got
when
it.
it's
Girl, you're fired.
That's what
that's
I'm
when
saying.
it's a privilege.
Like
I don't have,
Can I say something here? Pause this.
okay.
Yeah, you have touched on all of the archetypal points that very often don't get touched on.
Mhm.
You've said them out loud. You've stated your position. You said
like
it.
it's insane. Like your demeanor and everything. Like you're able, like keeping under in this state and everything, and articulating every point like that is so
You've
amazing.
articulated the points and given them notice on specifically the harms. I mean, very often we don't hear all of these words coming out in these traffic stops and these bogus traffic stops. So it seems like this case is going to be juicy. Right? I mean, it might bring to the fore things that we haven't been able to sort of get on the record very much yet.
Yeah, and she's very calm because when they call us a sovereign citizen, what they're expecting for us to get belligerent with them. And when you stay calm like that and you question them and you're on video and you're on their body cam, they they can't dispute that.
It's exactly what like the Eddie Craig, like the whole his goal is with that script and what to do. Like you've done that exactly. It's so cool.
Awesome. I'm glad because I didn't read off the Eddie Craig script. I just know in my heart that
You were
it's all
living and breathing it. Yeah. Like you understand like
so it just
what's
comes,
important about it though. Yeah. Like,
yeah. I'm good under pressure, and I'm just so grateful for all of this because without you guys and everybody in my learning, then I wouldn't have
Yeah,
been able to do
after
this.
I heard this audio for the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I did not, I mean, I knew you had it in you, but like you did it as perfectly as you could.
Yeah. Thanks. And I had
But
glass all over inside of me right now.
Not using it as a privilege, I'm using it as my right. What's happening to the person I was with? Can you answer me that, please? Sir? What happened to the free person that was on the side of the road that helped me, that was coming to my rescue, because you guys didn't? What did you arrest him for? Because I saw him in handcuffs. I saw him in handcuffs. Why did you arrest him? What did he do wrong? Well, isn't being detained under arrest if
He had said he's not being, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but he's not under arrest, he's being detained. And so that's when I said, well, if he's in handcuffs, then he's
you're not free to go?
I'll rewind
If I
this for
may.
5 seconds. Yes.
Any detainment of liberty is an arrest.
If you're not free to go, then you're under arrest, right?
Side of the road that helped me, that was coming to my rescue, because you guys didn't. What did you arrest him for? Because I saw him in handcuffs. I saw him in handcuffs. Why did you arrest him? What did he do wrong? Well, isn't being detained under arrest if you're not free to go? If you're not free to go, then that means you're under arrest. So if you put him in handcuffs, so what's detained mean? Do you know that term? Do you know anything? You don't know, you didn't tell me what traffic meant. You just busted my windows. Causing me harm and trauma and irreparable harm. So you guys are just the kidnappers, and you're the pirates, huh?
Fucking called him a road pirate.
He is.
Y'all are driving right now?
It'll happen. It's very soon because then I'm like, where am I going? You haven't told me where. Or, unless I did. Oh yeah, we are driving right now. He's driving.
The dude threatened to have the dog attack me.
Why?
He's like, if you move from this spot, if I see your arms move, I'm calling my canine out to come bite you.
Oh, so another threat?
Yeah. There's a few moments that I don't remember. There's a
What
few
crime did you
times-
commit to be put in handcuffs?
Yeah. What did
Was
he
there
say?
any probable cause given?
And then, he gets 1 foot from my face. He's like, do you understand me?
What did you
About
say?
the dog bite.
What probable cause was given for him to?
What probable cause, Ruby?
I don't know.
Did you ask him?
I kept saying, who did I hurt? And then he rolled his eyes at me.
Yeah, they don't like to answer any of the questions.
Yeah.
And I guess Matthew said that they were calling him a sovereign citizen as well.
Yeah, they're calling me a sovereign citizen.
Matthew?
Oh, okay. So I did a mistake because I said Quentin out loud and he was still on the phone at that moment. And so then the police officer, he heard me say Quentin. So that's what's going to happen now.
Yes, now he's
Pulling
pulling over.
Where am I going? What are you stopping for?
And I also want to point out, imagine how scary this would be, how the cop just randomly decides to stop and pull over on the side of the road.
Tell me where I'm.
Yeah, he could be pulling you out to rape you on the side of the road, little.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's what I'm gonna say right now, pretty much. What are you stopping for? He didn't respond.
Give me your phone.
Why?
Give it to me.
He just
Why?
opened my door.
Where's it at?
It's on my neck, but why?
First off, pause. Give me your phone. Nigga, I'm handcuffed, you dummy!
He started looking behind me and he's like, where is it? Where is it?
God, I can't stand, bro. Give me your phone. Okay.
Just a second.
Yeah, just give me. And also after we got to the jail, he was like, can you unbuckle yourself? I was like, I am handcuffed, dude. I have to do everything for you. You want me to go take the wheel? Want me to drive? Well, I wouldn't be driving because I wouldn't be freaking getting paid, but.
You're not allowed to be using.
I hope
Why
his
not?
audio was on the whole time.
What that?
I hope his camera was on the whole time.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
made sure to ask him during the while we were in the car at one point. I said, is your body cam active and your dash cam? And he said, yes, my body cam's on. And I was like, oh, okay. And what about the other officers? And he said, yes. And I was like, oh, because I was trying to get information. I was like, is that do you have to have that on? Is that some type of policy? And he's like, yes. So it's what they must all have it. So I'm gonna be excited to look forward
Wait,
to
before
having
you
it.
unpause, briefly just touch base on, we see someone commenting about class action, and so I responded to that, and I just wanted to maybe, speak about, just touch base briefly on maybe why this could be a class action as far as others are concerned within your situation, and how that implicates others, such as, Quentin and Kate.
Well, everyone I know here, because I've only just moved here in December.
On the last little bit of it.
What's that? Oh, everyone I know has been either arrested or illegally stopped in Andover and the surrounding areas.
Yeah,
So-
everyone in this area, it is so bad over here. Like even yesterday, within like a 4-hour period, outside of my window, we witnessed about 20 pullovers in like 4 hours. And that's just this intersection right here.
There must be some.
And everyone I know has been pulled over several times a year. And everyone's so upset and no one knows what to do. And I'm like, guys, we got to do something. And now these Butler County people have lined up the street. It's in like a 5-mile strip. There's always like 4 cops, one per mile.
Okay, so talk about how, again, though, that this might come into speaks or development of a class action lawsuit. How could now, from this pullover, there could be a class action lawsuit brought forth, in your perspective?
I know from one thing we put in the affidavit is a lot of people, my family and a lot of people we know will specifically not leave the house or not attend like family events or gatherings because they're afraid they won't be able to make it back home.
Well, not just that, but look at what has happened to Kate and Quentin. I guess that's the direction I'm going at.
Yes, because now like Quentin is so afraid that he's wanting to start registering his cars again.
And didn't they just get pulled over again, Quentin and Kate?
Yeah.
Okay, right. And didn't Quentin just go to jail?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're seeing is like an attack, which is like attack on y'all's liberties as a group of people. Now, all of y'all have been attacked, ticketed, cited, threatened, broken. Now it's gotten to the point where they're breaking windows when there's never been a crime. You've never hurt anybody. The only people getting hurt are you for literally standing on your creator endowed rights. And that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Yep.
All right, keep going.
Because you're kidnapping me and
I'm gonna just rewind a little couple seconds right here.
You're not allowed to be using the phone.
why not? Because you're kidnapping me and being a villain?
Watch your hair.
Who said? Where's your policies? No, that's mine. You're taking my private property now.
And he's taking my phone and my recorder now because he saw my recorder on my screen. But I tried to edit.
He just took my phone and I think it's still on, Quentin, so just stay on the phone with me. How are you allowed to do this? Where's your policy? Why can't I see anything? Why aren't you telling me? You're making me very scared for my life. When you stop on the side of the road, I don't know what you're gonna do.
You're gonna be just fine.
I'm not just gonna be fine.
So yeah, I was saying, when you stop on the side of the road, I don't know what you're gonna do to me. So, and he's like, oh, you're gonna be just fine. How can you say that?
How can you trust
I'm
that?
not just fine. I'm traumatized, and I say that, but I don't know how well you guys can hear this.
I have trauma now. You just gave me irreparable harm. I've never even been.
I don't
I've never been in trouble in life, and you're making me feel like I'm a villain and a criminal. You are the one. You and
You're putting all of it on the record too.
He gave you several warnings to cooperate.
I didn't do anything wrong, and I was cooperating.
Well, that's the
Fuck
problem.
your warnings.
You don't follow the law.
There you go. He says that's the problem. You obviously don't follow the law.
You don't follow the law.
You don't follow the law.
Their money and their lives away.
Let's take your money.
Oh, there. And then this is the part where
Yeah, then she's like, you're taking their money and taking their lives away. And then he says, I'm not just taking your money.
I'm not taking your money. And then I was like, well, my time is money. And he says,
Oh.
Yes, you are. What is this? This is my time. My time is money. My time is
In that
money.
case, we're traveling for commerce then.
Did you get?
Look
You are, motherfucker. Get it?
Acknowledged it.
Fucking set it on the record.
He knows. They know.
That's what we're doing for commerce.
Oh, so he actually knows what he's doing. He
And
just
it's
stated it.
slave trading.
Yep, he just stated it. Perfect.
What did he say? I couldn't hear. What did
Go
he
back,
say?
go back, go back, go back. Replay it. Go back.
right here.
Yeah, just do a 10-second right there.
He says, well, in that case, you were traveling for commerce then, because I told him my time is money.
Mm-hmm.
Not if it's lawful
Ooh,
money.
That's good.
Not if it's lawful money.
You're kidnapping people and just taking their money and their lives away.
Just taking your money.
Yes, you are. What is this? This is my time. My time is money. My time is
In that
money.
case, we're traveling for commerce then.
He said we're traveling for commerce. We're traveling for commerce. That's him.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he said, I don't know if you guys could hear, but he says, well, because I was there, obviously. Well, in that case, you were traveling for commerce. And then he laughs at me after, because I wanted him to say it one more time. So I'm like, because I heard him the first time, but I was like, what? And so he says it again.
Yeah.
In that case, we're traveling for commerce then.
Oh, so now you're gonna say that?
Now you're gonna say
Hey.
that? And then, oh, he laughed right
He
there.
did laugh. Yep.
And now you're laughing.
Wow. Bro, the Hallelujah song needs to play
You can't
right
really
now,
hear
bro.
it, But I said, well, you laugh now, but I hope you can sleep at night with all the people that you've hurt.
Oof.
My son and my family and everyone who actually loves me.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm crying at that point.
And you gotta let them know, because when you know, and especially when you ain't done nothing wrong, you can't nobody say anything bad about anything.
Yeah,
that
what if
happened
that was
because
his
of what they
daughter
did?
or his granddaughter?
Yeah. Anybody's person. Nobody deserves that. Nobody has to, you can't sit, nobody can sit here and justify and sit here and say you deserve to have your window broken because you didn't have a driver's license or you didn't have any other single thing. There is nothing that you can justify other than a true warrant and some kind of egregious, harmful action that this person has. It's even hard to say alleged to have done, right? Because if you're just alleged, you're still innocent until proven guilty.
Yep.
So it's hard for me to even say that it's okay for them to break the window even off of an alleged crime.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Without being there already a conviction of you being proven to be guilty. Because until that moment occurs, you're innocent. And so it's like, man, it's you got a big ass check coming. Damn.
Is it in their policy and procedure in where your state that you're in for them to break your windows?
Well, the last time that we were having this situation happen, the arresting officer for Kate said that it was that this isn't even an arrestable offense. So I don't know why he's just because he's trying to pretend he's strong and because he has the power over me that he can do whatever he wants, and that's not right.
I think it's in their sovereign citizen handbook.
Yeah, right. There's a lot now that since we're in since he's driving to the jailhouse right now, you can't really hear, but Matthew and I wrote up exactly what we said on this next part. But he's asking me for my name again. I'll just play it, but I can read it.
I don't know your name. I don't know your name.
Well, I just went to court yesterday.
I told him to go ahead and look me up because I was just at court yesterday for the same thing. So I was like, I'm in your system. Let's see. I'll just start.
I lied where we were.
Whoa. Okay, so let's see. I don't like it being. Oh, in that case, you were traveling for commerce then. And I said, what? And then he said it again. You're traveling for commerce. He said traveling too. It was interesting instead of driving. Now he's using my terms, but in the wrong way. I don't know if that was on purpose for him. He laughed at that. I said, I hope you can sleep at night with all the people that you've hurt. I didn't do anything wrong. Now you're taking me from my son and my family and everyone that actually loves me. He replied saying, are you going to give me your name? I then explained how everyone I know, including myself, is living in constant fear, afraid to leave their homes because of the police conducting illegal stops and no crimes have been committed. I mention this because not one of my friends, family, peers have ever harmed anyone. I'll skip down to more of this.
More the actual quote.
Yeah, let's see.
That's more.
Oh, and then I said, I never even read my Miranda rights. And I said, like, that's not okay. He replied, I'm not asking you for any incriminating questions. I already told you your rights. I told you that you have the right to remain silent. Then I said, you have the right to remain, wait.
Yeah.
Then I said, you have the right to remain silent. And no, that's what he said.
Oh.
He said, you have the right to remain silent. And I suggest you remain silent. And I replied, that's the only right I have. You'll have, and then he said that I'll have my day in court to argue with the judge all I want. And I said, that's my Miranda rights right there. Or do you not know that either? And then he went on, he said, apparently you don't even go by Miranda rights. So I don't understand why you're even worried about that. I'm not asking you for any incriminating questions. So that's Miranda rights. Just saying, you have the right to remain silent. So I just suggest you use that one time that he said it before. And then he said, we can have a normal conversation or you can just argue with me. And then the conversation continued regarding terms, how to properly address another. And I said, I mentioned his use of the word sovereign citizen because he was like, what do you want me to call you? And I told him to pretty much call me a woman because that's what I was. And he was like, well, that doesn't flow properly or something. And I was like, sovereign citizen doesn't flow properly either. What, like, and I said, and then he said, you have your terms for us. And I was like,
and he didn't explain what that meant.
So I was confused.
That leads us to believe, I put that she was confused by the response because it shows that he's prejudiced because they already are taught that we have certain terms we use for them.
Sovereign citizens have different terms. So I'm like, so what does that mean? He's still going on about like that situation. So I'm like,
Which I think him just saying you have terms for us is proving discrimination.
Yeah, it's like what, because I was confused. I was gonna say well, I did say to him, I was like, I like terms, I was confused. I was like, you're a police officer. And Matthew explained to me what police means, like the word police. What does it mean, Matthew? The word police?
Police means like a plan to kill many.
Like if you break the word down, that's what a plan to kill many is what police is. And so I was like, you're a police officer. And then let's see, I arrived at the Butler County Jail after that. And then he started going through my wallet, which had my California driver's license in it and all my cards and stuff. And I told him that he didn't have a warrant, but he ended up just looking through it anyway. And that's pretty much when I went into the jail.
And then we all know what happens in jail. So anyway, so that's it.
How long were you in jail for?
I was in jail for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, almost 5 hours, so 4.5.
And then you bonded. Did you bond out?
What's that? Oh, yeah, it was $3,000. Matthew and Quentin had to come and do a $3,000 cash bond, well, in money orders, because that's all they accept is money orders.
Yeah, well, you getting all that back. You getting all that back. This shit's getting dismissed. So it's good y'all did it like that. So you can get all that.
Did you sign the bond under duress by chance or anything?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So that's another thing because I was doing under threat and duress, and then I would sign my signature, and the booking officer, oh, he hated me. He would send me back to my cell because he was like, if you're not going to comply, then you're going back to your cell. And I was like, so you're going to imprison me if I don't comply and sign these things, and I'm not allowed to sign it under threat and duress. And he's like, that's not your signature. Only your signature is allowed to be on there. And I was like, where's your policy? Like, what says that I'm not allowed to sign it in the way that I want to sign it? Because this is under threat and duress. I don't want to sign any of these things. And he was asking me all these questions. And he was like, if you don't comply, you're going to go to your cell until you do. So I was like, so now you're taking my rights away? And he was like, well, you give up your rights when you go to jail. And I was like, you're forcing me to go to jail. I didn't do anything wrong. And now I just have to comply with you. Otherwise, I'm just going to be in prison for eternity then. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, what? How is this legal? Like, it's not.
Did they sleep deprive you? I'm sorry, Jim. When you were in jail, did they sleep deprive you?
Well, I was only there for 5 hours, so I didn't sleep anyway. I was
that's right. You bonded.
But when I was doing like my fingerprinting and stuff, he was telling me how I committed 4 crimes. And if I just didn't commit crimes, then I wouldn't have fear in my life because I told him, I was like, I can't even leave my house without fear of you guys hurting me or anyone I love. So I'm scared to even leave my house. And he was like, why are you so scared if you've never been in trouble? If you just don't commit the 4 crimes like tonight. And I was like, so now you're telling me I committed the crimes? Like, I haven't even went to court. These are alleged. Like, what are you talking about? It was terrible. So anytime that I wouldn't comply, then he would tell me I had to go back to my cell.
Sarah asked how did they come up with the $3,000 bond. We decided that they just play roulette, whatever their bond for what their bond will be that day. Because also that day, a mayor of the town nearby, he got arrested and was put on a $3,000 bond.
This is the the defendant is charged with the crimes: vehicle registration, okay, no insurance, license not carried, and then interference with law enforcement officers. That was my crimes that I committed.
And they made her cross out under threat and duress.
Yeah, so this is the time when, like, the paper I was signing, and I was trying to do under threat and duress, but I was so stressed out that I put under stress and duress. Because it was like the freaking document I had to sign, and I was like trying to get out of there. This was after Matthew had paid the $3,000. And he was like, okay, I have 3 things for you to sign. And so I signed that, and he stood up and he's like, go back to your cell. And I was like, what did I do wrong? I'm just signing. And he's like, I told you before, you do not sign under stress, the threat and duress. You're signing only your legal signature, or you're going to stay here and be a prisoner. And I was just crying, and I was like, what? I was like, so I had to cross it out and sign that I crossed it out. And then after that, he forced me to sign just my name, or I would have been there forever.
That's legal advice.
All right, so before we close this bad boy out, we're gonna look at something real quick. So we're gonna look at this quick legal analysis: authority of Butler County Sheriff's Office to break car windows without a warrant.
Hey, while you're pulling that up, Cam, it's just to make a point, we should all start FOIA-ing our local police departments or sheriffs for what is their policy regarding sovereign citizens. It is clear the word sovereign citizen is in the ecosystem, and it's part of their policy. I yield.
Yeah.
Yes.
I asked probably at least 5 times when I was in the jail, like, please give me your policy for this, like your department policy, because I don't know why I have to tell you every single thing about my life. He had asked me for my tattoos. He was going to take pictures of my tattoos. And he's like, so had his camera out, and I was like, why do I have to tell you what tattoos I have? And he's like, well, if you just died or were thrown on the side of the road or something dead, then that way your family can identify you. And
Wow,
I was
that's
like,
nice.
I don't want them to. And then so he was like, well, do you have any tattoos on your arms or legs? And I was like, no. And he's like, oh, okay, then that's fine. What's the next question? I was like, what about me thrown on the side of the road? The only reason he asked me for my tattoos was so that they could identify me if I was walking on the road or street or somewhere, so that they could know who I was.
The tattoos to see if you were like part of a gang or not. I thought that was the only reason why they did that.
Well, he told me
It
it's
used
so
to
that I
be.
could be identified if I was dead. So
Yeah, and that makes it almost sound like they're trying to disappear you or something. That just
Yeah.
sounds creepy.
I'm like, hold on.
So they
Sounds
can,
like a threat to me.
But then he had no problem not taking a picture because it wasn't on my arms or my legs. So, because I
well,
have them on my rib cages, and I was like,
so
okay.
the KSA 22-2401 states that the statute outlines when a law enforcement officer may arrest a person. When the officer has a warrant, when the officer has probable cause to believe a warrant exists, or when the officer has probable cause to believe the person is committing or has committed a felony, a misdemeanor, and the officer has probable cause to believe that the person will not be apprehended or evidence will be lost unless immediately arrested. The person may cause injury or self-harm to others or damage property, or if the person has intentionally inflicted bodily harm. So it looks like
None of that's lawful.
key limitation for traffic infractions, subsection D, specifically states that any crime except a traffic infraction or a cigarette or a tobacco infraction has been or is being committed by the person in the officer's view. Well, there's no crime. So
Yeah.
while in the commission of driving, right, in traffic, there was a crime that was observed. The statute does not explicitly authorize breaking car window for failure to identify. Stopping and stub at key limitations, reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. Note. Courts have not issued definitive rulings specifically addressing window breaking during traffic stops. Do you want to set precedent?
Yeah.
You want to set precedent?
What's a precedent? Explain,
That's
please.
Supreme Court case law.
Supreme Court case law.
Yeah, you know when we reference cases in our documents.
Yeah.
Do you want to be that person that's Sydney versus Butler County?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir. No, not sir.
Yeah,
I got
and
it wrong.
Feel
I
like
think
that's what this-
Kansas definitely needs it too, because Kansas, I don't know if anyone's gone and looked recently, but Kansas has completely redone their statutes. There is no more transportation code in Kansas. It has been divvied up apart upon all the different statutes, but they still have the same definitions and everything.
Huh. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they've Kansas this year has butchered their statutes and everything.
I find it very cool though that aspect's there because you got a lot of plays. Honestly, if it's getting to the point where again they're just being so repetitive, we see a repetitiveness of what they're stating, which is driving is a privilege, not a right. And it's like I agree.
Yeah, exactly. And I
What
wasn't driving.
yours-
So thank you
yeah.
for saying that on the record as well. They
Thanks.
did great for me.
Yeah, they
Spoke
did.
a lot of things that will help my case even more.
Oh,
And
yeah. You're strong.
thank you. And just real quick, the word traffic, it literally the first thing, commerce, trade, sale or exchange of merchandise, bills, money, and the like.
Yep.
I wasn't in traffic. I
You weren't
wasn't
at
acting
all.
in commerce. None of that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I want everybody to unmute and tell Sydney how well she did. We've got so much work to do, but y'all unmute and tell her how well she did. We're about to
Sydney,
get
you killed it.
Awesome.
You
Great job,
killed
Phenomenal
it.
job, Sydney.
Great job.
No.
You're a rock star.
The bomb. You did really well.
Good
You
job.
did
Good job.
exceptionally well given the circumstances.
Hit the
I've
points,
never
man.
seen
You hit the
anybody do
points.
better.
We're so
Yeah, look
proud
what
of
he killed
you,
it.
You just set the
girl.
bar. You set the
You're a
bar.
magician, dude. You're a magician. You said magic spells. You said
You're
words
better
with
than the
letters in them.
magician.
That's
You're-
called a spell. You
you're
put
working-
a spell
yeah,
on
you-
those
We're
bitches.
alchemists.
just
Is a big.
avoided-
It's a higher position to be an alchemist than it is to
Yeah,
be
you
a magician
broke
because we
their
don't
There
play their
wizard
you
games.
go,
Pick a
Queen
good
Bee.
word.
Say it,
Absolutely.
baby.
I'm down with
Yes.
that.
You
You're
broke
alchemist.
their shit, their bonds and their chains and stuff that they're always spitting. So that's
Thank you.
You
That's
still cast a
right.
spell on those bitches. You made them spell their own selves. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
With Matthew right by your side. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Always.
I thought this whole issue was settled years ago. My dad went hand to hand with some guys in a gang called the German Nazis when they were saying, "Give me your papers."
It didn't.
Exactly.
It only took a hiatus, and now it's back because we're pushing the envelope.
They gave my dad a little thing called the Purple Heart when he put down the Nazi, and they shed my dad's blood.
Oh my gosh.
So
You're still
Matthew,
here
what
fighting
happened to
though,
you?
Papa.
The
But
CIA.
but Bob, we still here fighting though, bro. And it's cool that you here with us, fighting with us, and you still got that spirit going. And we ain't stopping, bro. We here, bro. Like it's time, bro.
Have a sugar written on the lid.
And it's really coming. And you can see it from young to old, man. Like this time is the time in which we change it, but it's all through that positive unity side rather than just like, you know. So if we continue showing how egregious these actions are to good,
We need to do
moral
it.
standing Americans, bro. Like
We need to do it with our faith and our strong will and our love of freedom in the words that justice and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights give us.
most definitely.
Absolutely.
Well, not just that they give us, but that they support, right? Because it's already given from birth. It's already given from creation. We are
But
creation.
it's the hammer we use against them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the guidelines in which they must abide as servants to us, the great I
feel
am,
like
collectively.
Be creating the
Y'all check it. Y'all check it. Hold on. We ain't done. We ain't done yet. We just done with YouTube. YouTube, we see y'all later. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube.
Later, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.